We'll start now.
Okay. Hey everybody, I'm super thrilled to see you all here. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedules to come and hear a little bit more about how Plexus has been a blessing to myself and some of my very close friends. My name is Molly Schultz and I live on a homestead in Northwest Tennessee, and I fell in love with these products almost 4 years ago. I might be in a little bit of a unique situation in that I'm expecting baby number 12, but I can guarantee you that I'm not in a unique situation and that my health was suffering in many common ways. So let me know if this resonates with you. But I was waking up every morning with headaches and I was relying on caffeine to get through the day. I found myself feeling on edge and cranky with my kids, short-tempered, not being the kind of wife and mother that I wanted to be. And then I also found myself laying in bed at night, unable to fall asleep. And then the next morning, that cycle would continue. So when I found these products and I really started educating myself about how gut health affects all of the things I mentioned, hormones, sleep, digestion, fatigue, headaches, it was kind of a no-brainer. Plexus has filled in the gaps of my nutrition. It has helped me to live life in a more abundant way. It has gotten rid of my headaches. I show up to my children and in my marriage and in my friendships in a different way. I have all-day sustained energy. And let me tell you that when we as women and men, adults in the world, have good health and feel good, we can invest in others and pour into relationships in such a life-changing way. Think about all of the relationships that are affected by you, the way you feel and the way you interact with others. And we have such an opportunity to be a blessing to others only if we can pour out, and we can't do that from an empty cup. So I'm glad to share a little bit of my story with you. I had been enjoying the products for quite some time. Give me just one second. I had been enjoying the products for quite some time, but never said a word. I'm a really private person. I'm really busy in the home. We live out in the country, so we don't see a ton of people. And I wasn't even on social media. So it wasn't really even on my radar to build a business when I started these products. And perhaps that's you. You just got introduced to Plexus and you just want to get healthy because you have the hope for a better future. But I can guarantee that maybe what happened to me will happen to you. You start to feel better and it's a snowball effect because all of a sudden, all of these people are on your radar that are suffering in the same ways that you did. And it's kind of like being out for coffee with your friend, and if she has her hair down and she wants to put it up and you've got a rubber band on your wrist, you're going to offer it to her. We want to help those that we love. We naturally share what's working with us. We have a new restaurant in town, a new Mexican restaurant, and I cannot tell you, my entire feed on social media is full of people posting about what they ate there, how the service is, what the prices are, their favorite dishes. They're not making a dime from that, but it's just something natural that we do. We share what we love with others and we share what's working with us. So I love that it's just an organic extension of feeling good and having some health answers. So I started to share actually because one of my close friends has an autoimmune issue and she was telling me how much she lived daily in pain. And I thought, I cannot keep this secret any longer. It felt almost dishonest. So I came out of my shell. I opened up a Facebook account, and I can tell you guys that this was really orchestrated by God. Before I always has had a lot of kids, but I had a really small life. But I always had a passion for touching the people's lives that I knew personally. I wanted to equip mamas to love their children, to love their husbands, to create a blessed home. But my circle of influence was so tiny. And social media has given me such a broader platform to share my passions, Plexus passions, gardening passions, motherhood passions, homesteading passions with so many other people. It's a way to let my light shine brighter. So I opened up a Facebook account and I'm a busy mama, but lots of you guys are on social media anyway. Think about really honestly and seriously how many hours we just spend scrolling, kind of use it as an escape. Maybe we're a little bit about a voyeur, we like to see what's going on in other people's lives, but not willing to courageously put out and to share goodness with others and to invest in others. So it was really a time of really assessing why I did what I did and why I lived life in a small way. And really it was a form of selfishness, security, because if you don't put yourself out there, you are not open to any kinds of criticism. So when I really decided the gift of health that I had and the gift of financial blessing that I had was so abundant that I could not keep it to myself any longer, I prayed for the courage to step out and enlarge my comfort zone and reach out to the people that I thought could be helped. And let me tell you, there are hundreds of thousands of people searching for what we have, and it's such an honor to be able to share with them. I have friends from the East Coast to the West Coast to New England to New Mexico, all over, that I've met over social media, and their lives are being changed not only by their health, but believe me, you know, I bet you can name 10, 20 people right off the top of your head that are searching for health answers, but also for financial provision, because especially in this day and age, finances are so unstable. People are out of work. Our unemployment rate in America is what, over 30%? Like 8% is high. It's over 30%. These are turbulent economic times, but they're also turbulent health-wise as well, and people are searching for health answers. So it's the perfect storm for building a life-changing business that's really stems from the goodness of your heart. Now, we have been a one-income family with all of these children. Like I said, I'm expecting number 12, and so we've made some sacrifices, and they were important to us to be a one-income family. And so I didn't regret those sacrifices at all. But, you know, there were times when I wanted to do music lessons, or I wanted to do dance lessons, or I wanted to do skating lessons. And those extras were not in the budget. If you've been like me, running your debit card through the grocery store, saying, please don't say that it's been declined, or watching your kids eat groceries, being like, you can have 4 chips, you can have 4 chips, you can stop, you don't get 6 chips, you get 4 chips, right? Like that's just is a level of stress that that just makes everything in life escalate and be just full of anxiety, okay? So experiencing the blessing of financial freedom and having options and letting go of that stress has been such a huge blessing for me. My husband makes a fantastic living. He's an electrical engineer. But because it was important for him to take an active role in raising our children, he left his corporate job in downtown Chicago and he opened his own firm. So he's been working from home probably 13 or 12 years, okay? So that's been a great blessing to have him at home. But that also means he's in charge of sending out the invoices and getting the bills paid. And let me tell you, not everybody pays an invoice when it's sent to them. So there have been some really dry months, not that he's not doing work, but just getting the payments in. So it's been a financial roller coaster, up, down, good months, bad months. And to have Plexus as a steady income to fill in the gaps and take that stress off of your marriage, I have to tell you, like, what finances lead to the most stress in marriages. It has been such an amazing blessing. And I have to tell you too, you know, I've struggled a little bit with the money mindset. You know, they'll tell you in the Bible, it says money is the root of all evil, and how can a rich man get to heaven? You know, so there's all this mindset that we have. But I submit to you that if we are not loving money more than God, and we are using money that God has abundantly provided and generously gifted us with for his purposes, Christians, people who follow the Lord, and good people are the ones that should have the money. They are the ones that can impact the world in such a big way. Whether adoption is on your heart, whether it's freeing children from sex trafficking, whether it's building homes in mission countries, we are the people that can do good with God's work, and we need to be good stewards of the finances we're giving, not shy away from them, not reject them out of fear or shame, but embrace them and turn it around and use it for his glory. So I've just been really intentional with my social media time, trying to invest in others and bless their ways in their health and in their finances, and just share the opportunities and the things that I've learned with them, and to watch their lives be changed and their families be changed generationally. It's really such a blessing. And I'm so thankful for the family and the community and the support that Plexus offers you, because while this is an independent business and you can work as much or as little or whenever you like, there's always a family of support to help you. So you can do it your own way, but you can also do it with others' support as well. You're never alone. So that's been a great blessing to me as well. I'm super excited to introduce to you Rebecca, who is one of my friends from out west. I met her back in January, I'm sorry, for the first time, but we had known each other for a long time on social media, and we share a lot of common interests. So I'm excited to have her share her story with you.
Hey guys. So yeah, Molly and I have been friends for almost 3 years now. We met actually via Christian Mama homeschooling, Crunchy, who knows what number of things that we have in common. But I I talked to Molly for 2 years. I was one of those people that kept checking back in with Molly, wanting to heal, wanting to be a part of the group, wanting to take the supplements, being told no, not having the money. Finances were shot for 10 years for us. But in September, I left an abusive marriage after 10 years. And I decided that it was time, that I needed to heal emotionally, of course, but physically is always for me an easier thing. I can work on it and feel like I'm gaining ground. So I finally said yes to Molly. I said, okay, I'm going to ask for the last time. I'm ready to sign up. I mean, it was that quick. I finally got around to it. And I used my last paycheck from the job I had to leave due to the abuse to purchase Plexus for myself and my sister Kayla. I had no idea, like it was even a half a paycheck. It wasn't even a full one. And I had no job lined up and I had no unemployment at that point. I had no idea where the money was going to come from next. But I knew I needed these products, and I knew that at least I had the opportunity to earn the money to pay for the products. I mean, you can't go to GNC or Walmart and do that. Then can I check out, food for a little bit and pay for my supplements? No, you don't get that option. So at least here I had that ability to try. So I knew, investing in both of us was a big investment for us. We have 7 kids, so food and housing and all those things. I still decided to invest in Plexus. So I knew I had to, start working right away, because if I made it to next month and I didn't have at least 3 people on my team, then I couldn't buy the next month. So I did, and within 2 weeks, I had signed up 3 people, none of which, except for Kayla, that I knew. So 2 other people that I had no idea who they were, that I just met through Facebook, because I had a group of people, and I talked to some of the people I knew, but everybody's like, maybe. But when I started reaching out to people who had similar interests in me, whether I knew them or not yet, I found that you could open those types of conversations fairly easy. One of the places that I do a lot of my connections, besides Christian Crunchy homeschooling mama groups, is my abuse network, and the support system that I have found there, and the support system that I'm finding that I can give there is huge. And it's created this, God uses everything for his glory. So God has used the trauma that my family and I have been through to create this ministry. I was actually just talking to someone this morning about it, and the last 10 years I would never have thought, something glorious will come from all of this. But the Lord has really used it to shine a light for other people. And it's really fun to be able to connect with people in a way that, in some sales jobs you never would. Like, again, if we were at GNC, I'm not going to become best friends with the people I'm selling supplements to. But we're actually helping friends. Whether we were friends with them before Plexus enters the conversation, or Plexus is the reason we get connected, or some other, facet of our life is how it happens. Like Molly said, once you have an answer that works, you're going to share it. You're not going to shove it down someone's throat. You're going to say, hey, this worked for me. Maybe it'll work for you. Do you want, I'd love to give you more information. And I actually managed to go from Fast Start Silver that first 14 days to Super Silver by the end of the month. And then I went up to Gold by, I think it was my 3rd month, and on to Senior Gold my 4th or 5th month. I earned the Silver Stars trip, which is helping the most people on my team get up to silver, which is when you have your products paid for, in the month of December. And unfortunately, COVID strikes again, and we didn't get to go on our awesome, prepaid trip down to Scottsdale and meet everybody at headquarters. But hopefully when all this COVID nonsense is over, we'll get to go do that. But that award means so much to me, more than commissions, more than any of the other things, because it meant that I didn't just help somebody get healthy, but I helped that person get healthy and then help more people do it. Like the what do they call it? The Stardust effect. And we've got this, you know, it's not a pyramid scheme. Everybody's like, no, thank you, not interested. But we don't just help, you know, down the line. We help everybody. And it's so much fun to be able to connect to your network and help other people connect to their network. And it's just an amazing feeling to feel that spread throughout the communities. I love running into random people who like see me mixing a pink drink and they're like, I love Plexus. And I'm like, me too. Who are you? Whose team are you on? And how long have you been? It's so fun because it's a healthy thing. It's created hope and happiness and joy and peace and freedom in so many people's lives. And it's just such a blessing to be a part of that. I know it's made a huge blessing for me. And, you know, I was working at full time until I had to get another job here in Idaho when I moved here. And I'll tell you what, the most amazing thing has happened the last couple of weeks. It's been hard for me because I haven't been able to put as much time into working my business, if you will, as I was prior. But I was able to just keep checking in with my people. And for 3 months, I worked over full time at this other job. And I just talked to my friends and made sure everybody had their products and things like that. And my paycheck stayed the same for 4 months. And I didn't work the business at all. That's residual income, guys. Like, if I just didn't show up to my other job, or I just talked to my boss and my other coworkers on social media, or my clients on social media, I wouldn't get a paycheck. They'd be like, sorry, you didn't work. I was able to have an income for these 4 months. And then this month we had a bunch of unexpected things, tires and broken this and broken that. And I was stressed. I had a bad day at work the other day and I was like, this isn't working and I should have stuck with Plexus and all these things. And I thought commissions had posted and I went in there and this month hadn't posted, but I still had over $1,000 in my account. And I was like, I didn't even transfer my commissions from last month. And God just like laid this huge blessing on me. And here I am stressing out over finances and having to go to Washington and not getting a paycheck for that week. And here, Plexus to the rescue again. I've got last month's commission sitting there. And then 2 days later, this month's commissions come in. And I'm just like, what would I do? What would I have done without the blessings of this? So anyways, I'm probably past my 5 to 7 minutes. I'm not good at keeping time like that, but I encourage you guys to think about it. It was the best investment I have ever made, hands down, for my health and for my financial freedom. I'm super disappointed with myself for not keeping it up on it, but what other job can you go to and get a paycheck the month you don't work? So anyways, I'll just leave you and I'd love to introduce you. Molly, are we going to Melanie? Melanie is the sweetest mama. Are you going to introduce her?
Sure, I can do that. Thanks so much for sharing, Rebecca. It's been so fun to watch your journey because you share boldly and you have such amazing belief that these products in the business are life-changing, and I think that really gives people a lot of hope. So guys, I'm really excited for you to hear from Melody, who is another sweet mama friend, homeschooling friend. Melody and I ranked Emerald this last couple months. I think it was in June together. So that was such a huge accomplishment for her. So super proud. I'd love her health advice. She's a registered dietitian, correct? So I'm looking forward to hearing her story. I know you guys will enjoy it.
Hey, everybody.
Melanie, unmute.
We can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. There we go. Now you can hear me. I was wondering why my face wasn't popping up and I was trying to find myself. Okay. Sorry, guys. Good thing non-techie people like me can do this, right? Okay, everybody, my name is Melody. I'm a mama of 6 kids and I live in Ohio. And yes, in June, Molly and I both got to rank to Emerald together and it was such a huge blessing and I'm so thankful for that. But I wanted to just kind of take you back and give you a little bit of my story and then we'll let you go so we don't keep you on. But go back to before I joined Plexus about 4 years ago. We were very much living paycheck to paycheck. At that time, we had 4 children and our 5th was on the way. At that time, I also feel like I had forgotten how to dream. I had kind of set things aside, just knowing like, hey, you know, there's not a whole lot of money to go around and we're totally fine with that. But, you know, kind of setting aside some of those dreams of things that we wanted to do with our family someday. And those probably were not going to necessarily be happening at that point. We were also in a place where I feel like I was not a very confident person. And I look back and I think, wow, Lord, you're so good. Like you see the areas that we need personal growth in, and we don't even know it sometimes. I thought I had good people skills, but turns out I had a whole lot to learn and still do. But anyway, I was just in a place of, in my home, not feeling well, because like Molly mentioned, my health wasn't very good either, and I was struggling with some different issues and some things, and we had tried some different supplements, we tried some different things, and nothing had helped. And you know, you see Megan, I saw Megan posting, and you kind of wonder like, how is this any different? But without going into my health story, I did get started and I did see a big difference, and so it just seemed kind of natural to start sharing. So I did slowly start that first year, started sharing just a little bit here and there. And I think the Lord was kind of working on sort of growing a vision of what this could be for our family and what this could look like. So I'm going to try to move through this pretty quickly so I don't keep you, but I just want to say from the get-go, like, thank you, Lord, for bringing this to our family. It has just been such an amazing blessing and gift and opportunity for growth. So as I started sharing, as people started joining in and getting on our team, having health results, earning a paycheck, it was just really fun. And I started getting this vision. I remember thinking early on, like, Lord, this could be really nice to have that little side income. This could be really helpful. And then I started thinking, well, what if I could make like close to what my husband is making? Like, what would that do for our family? You know, and just the Lord, I think, was just slowly opening my mindset to something that honestly I had never really considered. And I do remember thinking through Proverbs 31, and I still remind myself of that, you know, what a beautiful example that is to us as women of someone who is working very hard and diligently, who's trusting the Lord with the outcome, and who is working hard in her home. No matter what it is you're doing, Plexus or otherwise, we're to do all for his glory, and we're to work diligently day by day. And so as I began to heal physically and get better and have a clear mind and not be on the couch with migraines, by God's grace, I got a vision for this. And I started realizing, you know what, that time, like Molly said, you're on social media anyways. I could use this as an investment. And I love that Rebecca said that too. This is the best investment financially that our family has ever made. And I want to share with you just a couple of other things that it has been for our family that I feel like we've gained. Yes, the finances, more on that in a minute, but the community and camaraderie of being around other people who are so similar to you and are working towards similar goals is absolutely mind-blowing. It is so fun to feel like that sense of purpose, to wake up in the morning and be excited and wondering, okay, whose victory story are we going to hear today? Who are we going to hear from to see how God has blessed them, right? Like waking up with that is so fun. The friendships have just been amazing. The personal growth, as I already mentioned, the people skills, the mindset expansion of learning, feeling like instead of I'm in a fixed place and I'm kind of stuck, if you will, and I don't know what to do, instead I'm in a growing mindset of there's so many things to learn and I want to learn them and I want to do them, and it's just so exciting. Okay. Also, the flexibility to give has been something that that's a little bit more practical and financial, but I just remember many, many times before Plexus, I would want to go to a baby shower or a party or for somebody at church, and I'd want to give a gift, right? And my husband and I would kind of argue, honestly, about that because he felt the stress, and rightfully so, you know, where we were financially. And I, in my little, probably pea brain, overly generous heart, wanted to just give things that we probably didn't have. But anyway, you know, I'm so thankful that we don't have to fight. I'll just say it. We don't have to struggle in that same way. And there's more leeway. There's more flexibility where we can give to people and we can give generously. Praise God for that, right? Okay. Just the ability to dream again too, to kind of look towards the future with our kids and think to ourselves, you know, okay, Lord, what do you have for us? There's some dreams you put in our heart, and they're kind of on the horizon now. They're kind of things that we think about and we talk about, and that's really cool. Like, that is such a blessing, to know that we have a plan that we're kind of working on right now, getting into place of paying off our house in a few years versus 30 is incredible, you guys. It's just an amazing blessing that I'm thankful to the Lord for. Okay, so wrapping this up, I wanted to just mention a couple of specific things with this company, because there's other companies out there, right? There's a lot of different options. And obviously you want to find what fits best for your family. But I want to just mention a few things with Plexus that I feel like is very unique. And obviously, if you just want to help people, this is a good fit just automatically. But I love the fact that there's not parties, there's not inventory. I'm not having to buy any products except what I want to consume. Okay, and I think that's really different than a lot of companies out there. I just buy what I want for my family, and there's no pressure for me to buy, you know, and turn around and try to sell it to somebody. I just share my story. I use social media that's free. You know, I'm not paying for big email campaigns or ads on Facebook or anything. I'm just sharing with my audience, as Molly's already talked about that. But also, you guys, the investment, the initial cost of a $10 membership right now, normally 40, but 10 right now, and then your products is insane. I was talking with a friend the other day. She was with a company where when you got started with that company, it was literally a $3,000 buy-in. And that's okay if that's something you want to do. But I was just kind of blown away at, like, wow, that is really different than what we have. Okay. A couple other things. I love that we can serve others with this. We can help change people's health and finances, and in that way serve them. We're offering them an option that maybe they wouldn't otherwise know about. We're also impacting our communities. If you have more time or you have more money or resources to give, you have more people coming together perhaps for a common cause, you can really impact your community. So there's a lot of ways that this is just so much bigger than us. I have to remind myself a lot, Melody, because it's not about you. I have to break it to you, but this is not all about you. This is so much bigger than any one person, right? This is so much bigger than just the Detweiler family or the Schultz family. This is what God has for us in a way to impact other people. Their health, their finances, yes, but in so many areas of growth and friendship, and just so many ways. I wanted to leave you with this as well. Oh, one more thing. Just that this business is simple. That's the thing I almost forgot. It's not easy. Okay, there's definitely days where it's hard and we have to persevere and we have to dig in, just like any other business. It's hard work. Let's just say what it is. It's hard work, but it's simple. There's a simple system, and all of the tools that we need are there, and they're free because we're members, so we don't have to have monthly, you know, costs and fees. And that's just a huge blessing. So I'm going to leave you with this. I just want you to kind of be dreaming and thinking for a minute. If you're not already with Plexus, or if you're not where you want to be, I'm going to just kind of go through the ranks really quick and what they make on an average month. And I just want you to just perhaps consider what God might have for you and your family. So at the rank of silver, an average income is around $400 a month. Gold is $800 to $1,000. Senior gold is the next rank after that, and that's around $1,800. Ruby is around $2,900. Senior ruby is $4,600. Emerald is around $9,000. This is a month. And then sapphire $15,000, and diamond over $35,000 a month. So wherever God has a vision cast for you in your heart, if you are wanting to jump in with Plexus, or maybe you are with Plexus, I just want to encourage you, the sky's the limit. Whatever your goals are and wherever you need to go as a family, whatever God lays on your heart, it's there. The opportunity is there. The income is wide open. And honestly, you can go to the top and enroll under yourself again and do it a second time. So that's pretty cool. You can also enroll your spouse and build under him, which is what I'm working on currently. But anyway, such a blessing, you guys. This income plan, this I guess compensation plan, I should say, is very, very well laid out. It's very generous, and it's very, very simple. There's no balancing legs and keeping things, you know, just perfect. There's just a lot of ways that it's different than other companies, and I'm very, very grateful for that. So I'm going to let everybody go. I hope this has been a blessing. Please, please reach out to me or Molly or Rebecca with questions, or if you just want to chat, we would love to do that with you. So thanks, everybody. Have a good night.